Hameen Media Group presents you. Hameen Media Group presents your NXT Next Level Wrestling Review with your host, Big Ray and the Vet. So,
are you ready? We said, are you ready?
What do you guys want to talk about?
Good morning, everybody. Good evening, good afternoon, and good night, or whenever you're watching this, or whenever you're re-experiencing this here on ChattelAttitude.com or here live on Hameen Media Group's YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to take too long with this. I got so much to do. We have so much to do here, so let me just jump in. I am the pundit of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to say to talk some lucha libre, which is your Spanish lesson for wrestling today. And ladies and gentlemen, I am excited. But before we bring in our co-host, that's right, there's more than one. There's more than two. There's three this week. Before I do that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce the one and the only. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the best in the by God world. The Vet. That's him. He's a Rip Rogers guy. It's true. The Vet. Vet. Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, he is absolutely, positively, and unequivocally a Rip Rogers guy. A Rip Rogers guy. He is the Vet, Jamie Williams. Vet, are you excited?
Oh, yeah, yes. I thought there would be more.
No.
I thought there would be more. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, you don't get to be the best in the world without a lot of help. And Rip Rogers is definitely part of that. And also, we're about to introduce another man.
We are. Ladies and gentlemen, calm down. Calm down. Let me just lower the music here. Calm down. Shh. We have to prepare ourselves for this. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is magnanimous. This man is scholarly. Ladies and gentlemen, this man is effervescent. This man is absolutely glorious. It is the one. Oh, God, I feel it in my heart, the cockles. Oh, Jesus. This man is effervescent. I said everything already. It's the Professor Chabelo. Cruz. I'm so emotional.
Unmute him too, Ray, by the way.
Oh, God, I have to mute him too. Shit, what the fuck? Oh, it's him.
Yeah.
He's here. Hold on, let me do it again.
It's okay. It's okay, Ray. It's a new year. It's okay. It's okay. You know Hameen Nights? First of all, Happy New Year to the Hameen Nights out there. Happy New Year to everybody out there. I just want to say this because I know Ray just takes it a little bit personal.
I do.
I saw Billy Ray Valentine. I saw on the Raw review, that Billy Ray, he does the introductions of the Professor for many, many years. And I've been very diplomatic. Whoever introduces the Professor Chabelo Cruz, I might grade you. You might get B pluses, you might get B minuses, but you always pass on giving me a great introduction. And Ray is no different. I love everybody who introduces the glorious Professor Chabelo Cruz. I will always be diplomatic about it. I will never say the introduction sucked. No way, Billy Ray. I will never say that. Big Ray gave me an excellent 2025 grand worthy introduction right there. What a way to start it. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
It's been a long time. There's a conspiracy theory, Ray. I'm just saying. After seeing the movie, the greatest Christmas movie ever, Red One, I'm looking at Vet. I'm looking at your beard that you're going, the goatee, the beard.
Very
is growing.
sexy beard.
Yeah, it is. But when you see the little silver on the bottom right now,
right?
Are you Santa Claus, Vet?
Ooh.
In shape? Are you Santa Claus?
Is that why he's always so mean in real life, but like he's not?
He keeps a list.
That's
why
he
keeps a list.
That's why I'm in all your mama's house eating cookies.
Especially for the wreckage, guys. He keeps a list of shit. So I'm just saying.
That's not nice.
Thank you. Yes, I'll never tell.
The silver part is the part that makes the panties wet. It's true. Ask your mamas. Oh shit. Anyway. Oh,
got a lot to get to, Ray. A lot to get to.
Much to get to. I'm so excited, guys. It is 2025, and honestly, nothing's different. So it is what it is. The only difference is that you get a tax return in a couple of weeks. I don't know.
That was the same as last year, though. We got one last year, I think.
I think so. Maybe I heard there's possible more stimulus checks coming out to stimulate the economy. Apparently, I don't know. I don't really talk about politics at all anymore. But what I do is
the strip club stimulus. I always get the stimulus. I'm just saying.
I do. I think Vet gets that too. I think Vet gets 3 every year. One per quarter. 4. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't we take time to acknowledge our fans and friends? Of course, this shit is low.
Acknowledge me. You're gonna acknowledge me. You there, sitting at home. Acknowledge me.
Man, I am fucking off today. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into this. We jump right off really quickly, ladies and gentlemen, with the windiest of all Chris's. Oh shit! No, I'm sorry.
Don't you try a New Year's tradition this time?
Yeah, I apologize.
We're doing it the old way.
Once again,
from the old country.
We have to answer. We have to ask the question that only God can answer. Why? Because he's standing right next to the boy. It's our friend, our one and only Media M5, and the question is, who got the gabagool? Shout out to our brother in heaven, Media M5. What's going on, my friend? What is going on? We'll kick this off, ladies and gentlemen, with the windiest of all Chris's, a.k.a. Chuckles himself. It is Chris Winland. He gets a big
yes, boy!
To kick off 2025. We got Big Nick. Big Penis Nick. Is that what they call him? I don't know. That's what I heard.
I think so. Yeah.
Big Nick from Wrestling for Life Network, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys don't know, they are on 24 hours a day. They're like the WWE Network. They're literally on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, sometimes 8 days a week, with the greatest and latest in all pro wrestling. I think they've done indie shows that we've never heard of before, but they'll go on for several hours, and you got to check them out. Wrestling for Life, the number 4 Life Network. My boy Big Nick, he's the man. I love Nick. We got Cole XX Bloody. XX is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, we got the cream of the crop. Yeah. We have the lovely Elizabeth. Yeah. Dig it. She says, hey guys, Happy New Year. That's not the way she talks. But, I have to give her some type of voice because you don't hear her here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the handsome one, the dancing one, the slashing one, the handsome dancing slashing Dan Heffron. He says, greetings and salutations, my friends, and Happy New Year. No. Blessing. Number 42, third baseman. Al. Robinson. Number 42, which is now officially retired in MLB. No one else can wear that. The last person to wear that number was, of course, the great Mariano Rivera. And ladies and gentlemen, just a good old boy was Lane, Texas. Hashtag new member, not new member. You were here last week. Interesting. We have a man doing Illuminati things. Is the mighty Bobo, the sexiest beard. Sorry, guys, in all of HMG. But the vet is right behind him. Just
depends how you like it. Do you like them long or do you like them neatly manicured?
Do you like a full goatee like the professor? Do you like a partial goatee like myself? It's all up to you, ladies and gentlemen. And I have to add the gentleman because, you never know. It's 2025. Bobo wants to ask, what's the deal with the new guy having hair? That's you, Professor. What's up? Why didn't you shave your head?
I didn't get the memo. That was it.
You notice it's like the 3 levels. Like I'm pretty much completely bald. Vet has like kind of like the shadow going in, and the Professor's full afro.
See, before and after. That's what it goes. Evolution.
Just works its way around like a clock.
It is.
Like space and time, ladies and gentlemen. We were doing this exact same thing. Anyway, what are they testing on Lab Rat, Professor? Yeah, I'm asking you.
Are you quizzing me already in 2025?
What are they testing on him?
I'm just saying.
So what do you think?
They're testing what? I don't know, man. I don't think like
they're
that.
testing hair growth. They're testing hair growth
God
products.
damn it! It's a softball, vet. Oh god damn. It's all right, right.
I just woke up, Ray. Jesus Christ.
It's fair enough.
Thank
Fair
you.
enough.
If you
Ladies
just
and
woke up,
gentlemen-
then you're supposed to say you're testing uppers. Whatever.
Testing cocaine. What? Who doesn't wake up to that? Ladies and gentlemen, we have Matt, 12 gauge, shotgun, Schaffer in the house, ladies and gentlemen. He says, morning. That's all he has. Holy shit. It's been a while for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are a lady deer with your lady deer vagina in the woods, you better watch it. Because this is the manliest of all deers. It is the man deer, ladies and gentlemen. He's also slashing and handsome. Love you, man deer. So fucking good to see you. I see you rocking and rolling. Loving and not loving. Watch out, you fawns out there. Is that what they call them, Professor? Fawns?
Hey, is that softball enough?
No, not that fawns.
I'm trying.
Yeet. Holy, that was a good one. That caught me off guard. All right, I'm gonna have to restart the music. We don't have there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the heart and soul of all of HMG chat. It is the artist currently known. I'm gonna change it up as Gam Wolfers. He says, "New year and new yeet." We love you, buddy. Keep traveling. Keep trucking. Is that what you say? Keep trucking?
Keep on trucking.
Keep on trucking. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So that is the chat for now. As we know, people will come in as we do the show, Professor. Let me just take this down. Professor, it is time to jump into some pro wrestling news. It is time for the one, the two, the
recap.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
He's not the button. He can't.
Well, this is weird.
Button. He doesn't have the.
No, this is weird.
The file got lost.
Do you have the weird soundbite? Do you have the weird? At
Bro,
least?
I think somebody fucking deleted the fucking. This is the 3 count with the latest breaking news in pro wrestling, sports, pop culture, and more. Now back to Big Ray and the Vet. Somebody moved the 3 count file. I would love to know, Jimmy, who could have possibly moved this from where it always is to where it was now. I moved it back up, though. Just saying. All right, Professor. Well, so you guys and gals out there just know that the Professor's going to be here for the first half of the show, the most important part of the show, the bulk of the show. And for NXT, he will run and hide. Is that correct, Professor?
That is very correct.
We don't blame you. Am I right, Vet? All right, so let me throw out some of this.
We would actually request that you leave because that's how much respect we have for you. We said we would show you the door before we got to the NXT program, like we do all of our guests.
I appreciate that, Bet. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so we're just going to throw
Usually it's an insult to show somebody the door, but here it's the ultimate sign of respect.
Yeah, we're like, dude, we love you. Like, don't come back. So I'm going to actually mix up some of the news from yesterday and some of the news from today. I think that's fair.
Fine.
And we'll just jump right into this now. Like I always say, Professor, Bet knows, every news story is just a rumor in professional wrestling. So let's jump into it. We have multiple sources note that Randy Orton is expected back on WWE TV, if not at the Royal Rumble, sometime before it. Do we care? I mean, we care. We all love Randy Orton. No, Bet doesn't care. Do you care, Professor, that Randy Orton may be coming back soon?
Absolutely, I do care. I think a lot of people should care about this because it actually adds more to the intrigue of the storyline between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, and you could see where it might go with that. The ladder match that's impending for the Royal Rumble between Owens and Cody right there. Who knows where Randy Orton is gonna what's he gonna do? RKO out of nowhere for both of them, just to make sure that neither of them, comes out victorious, and it could be a clusterfuck right there. We can see something like that. the Randy Orton Cody Rhodes story is now percolating for 2025. So we'll see where it goes. Does it go to WrestleMania? Does it go to SummerSlam? I don't know.
Good bet.
I would just like to clarify that my answer of saying I don't care was as Randy Orton returning maybe sometime, potentially, possibly, as a news item. Everything that the professor said is 100%. But I was talking about like, do we need a half-ass report? Do we care about that? No, we don't.
No, we don't. That's fair. I should have restructured the question better. But
wait.
we have.
It depends on the multiple source. That I mean, you know those TMZ reporters. They're with the cars and
TMZ reporters.
And them digital cameras. You can see Randy Orton at the airport right now. We never know. He's at the performance. Right. That is big news. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Huge.
You gotta have a positive swing of it.
I agree with both of you guys.
Mr. Orton.
Yeah. So John Cena is currently the betting favorite to win the Royal Rumble now. This has been updated. Vet, I know that you're a big betting man. Do you care about this one?
No. Oh. Did we ever get officially cover the story on one of these shows about how I remember when we brought up how they were talking about like making betting on WWE official?
Yeah.
Remember like last year or however many months ago, whatever. And did we ever come up with the story where they said absolutely fucking not? Well, we never followed up, did we?
But isn't it official though? Like, can you not bet on WWE on like those mobile sites?
Well, apparently, but I mean, this was like the more official, legal, whatever version, I guess, or something. I don't know. Okay. Forget I said anything.
No, it's fair. It's fair.
I'm confused about betting on something that's predetermined. I'm sorry. It's just
it's a little iffy.
I bet on the World Series. I bet on the NBA Finals because I don't know who's going to win. If you supposedly know who's going to win, that's not fun betting. That's just getting more extra change.
Yeah, you just named 3 things that are predetermined. It's also like voting for like office, thinking that your vote matters. You know,
those say kind of voting is predetermined.
No, the voting's not for sure. No, absolutely not. It's the results that are predetermined.
We have a quick shout out to Polar Knights who just jumped into the chat, and our friend Haseen Terrell, and also Monet. This must be the Monet. She wants to know, and of course we have to answer all the same. What's your favorite men and women wrestlers? Let's just talk about our favorite women wrestlers, and we all agree that it's Monet,
CEO.
Right? The CEO.
CEO.
Obviously. 100%. Look, I'm doing this. My favorite women wrestler. Actually, my favorite women wrestler right now. Who do you think it is, Vet? I put her over every single week.
Well, it's got to be Stephanie.
No.
Oh. Kelani
Legend. Lash Legend. I love Lash Legend. She's my favorite.
There was too many. There was a handful of answers there that could have all fit your criteria.
No, it's got to be
because you put over. Yeah.
It's Lash Legend. What about you, Professor? Who's your favorite woman? I already know who Vet's is. It's Julia. Am I right, Vet? Just look at her.
It's such a tie. Like her and Stephanie is such a wow. Can you believe they just came in at the same time, all friendly? Like it's crazy. I feel spoiled.
What?
Yeah. Sometimes I just go against the grain. You know, me against the world. But it's got to be the queen, Charlotte Flair. She's my favorite.
Charlotte, okay, that's fair. The biggest ass in all of HMG. Frank Spiegelbauer ass just jumped in. What's up, buddy? Matt Schaffer wants to know Red Velvet. Anyway, all right, so let's jump in here. What else we have here?
Straight out your mama's kitchen.
Straight out your.
Yeah, you were doing that's the Red Velvet. Well, wait, is Lash eating out of the bowl and Red Velvet mixes the bowl, right?
No, Lash is doing her lashes.
Her lashes. I see.
I
thought it was the Brian Pillman. Hollywood Blondes.
Not this.
We're
going this way, and it's up here, not down here. This is you feel me?
I kind of
Anywho,
is that the gravity defense? I mean, you can do it any which way.
I guess
it's your interpretation.
I mean, some people have eyes.
The astronaut of wrestling.
Yes, people have their eyes near their mouth sometimes. Professor, apparently, according to multiple sources, Chelsea Green is already receiving very positive reviews backstage. And front stage apparently for her run as U.S. champion. Your thoughts on this?
I'm confused about front stage. I've never heard of front stage.
It's in the front.
I'm just saying.
This is in the front.
Oh, okay. But
it's called the audience.
Thank you for clarifying. That's why I got confused. Front stage.
I made that up, by the way. But go ahead.
It's a good word. I mean, the new hashtag front stage for 2025 word of the year. But I digress on that.
Hashtag itchy forehead. Mm-hmm.
Chelsea Green has done her job in WWE, guys. I mean, you can't deny the facts right there. Whatever she has been told to do or been written for to do, she is exemplary. Has exceeded expectations, from the I will hire a manager or let me speak to your manager, that gimmick a couple of years back, and then now this with Piper Niven and now the U.S. champion. She's deserving of being the U.S. champion. I thought she should have won the Money in the Bank, preceding that. That was just my humble opinion. But she's exceeded expectations, and I would not be surprised if the Royal Rumble guys she'd be like the Final Four. I won't be surprised about that.
Don't be surprised, Vet. I think you and I have both really been fans of Chelsea Green over the many years. Maybe I'm wrong. Vet, your thoughts?
I like Chelsea Green. I don't like her enough to pretend that whatever that thing she did on SmackDown wasn't the drizzling fucking shits.
What, the presidential gimmick? That was awesome. No?
That was absolutely. We were back in 2017 McManamania weekly wrestling television with that bullshit. She's way better than that. So whoever wrote that is somebody that hadn't been part of the house cleaning.
That was some front stage reporting.
Front stage reporting by the fans, by the marks. Quick little tidbit. We don't really have to comment on this, but Jade Cargill is currently in Hawaii for the holidays with the family. No timetable on her return. Fightful Select says, Gabe Kid's deal, I don't know who the fuck that is, with New Japan Pro Wrestling will expire soon. New Japan Pro Wrestling does want to retain his services. Vet, you are an aficionado of Chinese karate wrestling from Korea. Who is this Gabe Kid, and is he worth it?
He's a white English dude, which is kind of the problem with New Japan right now. It's too much of that, so I don't watch it really that much anymore.
Really?
Gabe Kid's all right, but he's so exhausting to listen to. So I guess if he's a heel, he's doing his job in a way. He's the guy that drew the big return match for Kenny Omega. So that's who Kenny Omega's coming back to fight, is this guy.
This guy, Gabriel Kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, never heard of him. All right, well, good.
He's one of the pillars of the Bullet Club War Dogs. So, I mean, just for logistical sense right there. That's what's supposed to make this match intriguing for Wrestle Kingdom. But just like the Vet, I mean, I have that same meh attitude, especially with the Bullet Club right now in 2025. It's not 2014. It's not Finn Balor. It's not Tama Tonga. It's not Carl Anderson Bullet Club. They're just trying to hold on to some nostalgia. They're trying to hold on for some dollars, and Gabe Kid is taking advantage of that. Is he worth the services of New Japan? Yes. Is he worth maybe All Elite Wrestling? No, not for Tony Khan purposes. But of course, Tony Khan needs another toy in his chest. So I wouldn't be surprised in 3 months he'll be All Elite.
So quick shout out to Darkside Caster. He says, and welcome Darkside. He says nothing against Zack Sabre Jr., but he shouldn't be the company's champion. He's the New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's the IWGP champion.
Yep. I look at it as sort of like
that was bad booking where he won the tournament and chose not to main event Wrestle King. That shows you how insignificant Zack Sabre Jr. is.
Yeah, he chose. It was like. There's we don't have time for this. I hit a wall already because I don't want to get into this.
Hey, something we can get into, and I think he's been doing a good job since he's joined TNA, and it's AJ Francis, who is now re-signed with TNA, and his new deal goes through 2025, but not into 20. So he's signed for about a solid year. That you review TNA every single week with our buddy Brandon, who may be jumping in soon, who knows. But what are your thoughts on AJ Francis's work with TNA? Do you feel like he's kind of rebuilt his career there? And do you see him ever maybe getting another shot in the WWE in the big time? Oh shit, that's laughing.
Rebuilt his career is a funny look. Ain't nobody rebuilding shit in TNA.
Oh shit.
You're going there when nobody else has any time for you. And even TNA doesn't have time for their own people. So good for him that he's found a landing spot as far as what he's been holding up his end of the bargain. But I really don't feel that that company has done anybody any justice or any favors. It's borderline unwatchable what they're doing, considering that the talent that they do have, and then what ends up on the screen every week. And I'm not even talking about the clip shows that they do every time they, try to do something. Like last year, they say, we're TNA is back. We're rebranded as TNA. And then they took fucking 3 weeks off and didn't do shit on television. It gave you a best of Impact show for 3 straight weeks over the holidays. So they completely cooled off that buzz that they got there. Then they did this thing with this year with Tessa Blanchard making her big, return and unmasking or whatever. And Tessa Blanchard, the lightning rod of controversy's back. But please enjoy a couple more clip shows for holiday weekend, because we don't have time to follow up on any of the shit that we do. Why don't you just wait until after the holidays to pull your hot angles? And that's just one reason why TNA sucks ass. And AJ Francis, despite becoming a human meme from his time in WWE, has not really sucked ass in TNA. So, great. He signed a 1-year deal.
Cool for him. Another guy.
You forgot side stage reporting, Vet. I'm just saying. There was some
side stage.
11th hour meetings. It was either between Speedball Mike Bailey and AJ Francis for that new contract. So
side stage reporting.
And Speedball, he flew out of there, so they were left with one choice.
Hey, shout out to Jordan Kirby. What's going on? Thank you for joining us, my friend. He thinks that Kelani Jordan will turn heel soon. We'll discuss that during the NXT portion of this show. But with that being said, apparently, yeah, man, Omos won his tag team title match over at New Japan, right? In Japan, whatever. How that work? Noah, yeah, whatever that is.
He is a champion.
He is a champion with some dude that looks like a very small Triple H guy. What happened here?
Double H.
Just single H. This is more like a single H. But him and Jack Morris, apparently, the famous pitcher from the Minnesota Twins, won the tag team titles over in New Japan Pro Noah. So how did you watch that match at all? Do you know anything? No? Okay. Professor, did you
no. heard about it, saw a little bit of snippets of clips. He looked okay. I think, he to me will bring in that Andre the Giant presence in Japan. He could be that monster. The crowd will be afraid of him. He could be dominating and could get some timing in the ring, hone his craft, if you will, guys. So, it's a win-win for the Noah and WWE partnership if it's going to continue.
Yeah, Elizabeth is digging the Shinsuke Nakamura new entrance that she saw at Noah. Says, love the new look. So, and Bobo says, I almost forgot Omos was released from WWE. He wasn't released by WWE. He's actually still with WWE, just given permission to work in other places. And we have our friend who, he's
all I can tell you, sir, is that he's gay. Gay.
Colin Wise Song says this show needs some more. Nobody cares.
Thank you, Colin.
Yeah, whatever. Backstage. All right, so we're going into today's news, and there's not much news here that's worth reading. There's some discussion regarding Logan Paul maybe fighting John Cena, wrestling John Cena, the Netflix thing, but people believe that it's not true because a match of that magnitude would definitely be promoted. But Vet, knowing the WWE, they don't promote shit sometimes. So what do you think? Do you think that would be a big deal for the YouTubes and stuff if that happened?
Well, it's not going to happen, but what they could do is they could start it on Netflix.
Yeah, they could start the that's true. What do you think, Professor?
Because we know John Cena is going to be there, but nothing announced, right? Just that he's going to be there. So what better way to do than have Logan Paul, interrupt him, whatever.
What do you think? What do you think, Prof?
The first Netflix Raw is going to be a big deal. So if you want to do something between Logan Paul and John Cena to start the road to WrestleMania, that's the perfect place to start it.
January 6th is the first Raw on Netflix, and January 7th at 10 a.m. you can join me and Jimmy T for our first review of Monday Night Raw. It's gonna be a big one. So why don't you guys tell your friends? If you're at work, just put a nice low thing at your desk and listen in, guys. We'd love to hear from you. Neither here nor there. There's just a whole bunch of nothing here. Let me see. Something about True TV. Nobody cares about that. Virtual signings, RJ City Wrestling. Yeah, there's no news. So I'll tell you what, guys. This is why we bring the professor on. because Professor is magnanimous, he's glorious, he's scholarly. We all know this. But also the Professor is the walking encyclopedia of professional wrestling. And unfortunately,
I try to be, guys. No, full disclaimer, I try to be.
Well, you're pretty damn good at it. I'm just putting it over.
I got a good track record. I just, with a disclaimer. That's all.
You could always walk over to this too if you don't quite have the facts.
That is true.
That too.
That is true. But with that being said, Professor, every single week, Professor leaves me the keys. But apparently, you have the keys this week. Is the time machine all gassed up and ready to rock and roll, sir?
Absolutely, it's ready to go.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to this day in professional wrestling history.
Will you stop? What you gonna do?
Boobies. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going back in time. It is January 2nd, 1980 something. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are actually going to 1980. January 2nd, 1980, at a taping of NWA Power Hour in Gainesville, Georgia. Arn Anderson defeated the Great Muta to win the NWA Television Championship. Now, we all know, Professor, that when we talk about the NWA Television Championship, we only think of one man, and that is
Arn Anderson.
Tully Blanchard,
Sadly,
right?
Hope. Hell no.
But a close second is Arn Anderson. Professor, your thoughts on this incredible? Do you remember this, Vet? I mean, do you remember this, Professor and Vet? I mean, were you guys there live in Gainesville, Georgia? Like, what happened?
Did you say 1980?
1980, yeah.
90.
That doesn't sound right. Yeah, it would be 1990 if anything. The Great Muta was he even wrestling in 1980?
Not as the Great Muta. He was probably Kenta Mujo.
What the fuck? They put
before he changed his name to Super Black Ninja and then changed his name to Great Muta.
That's
how it works.
This happened. Right. This happened before, like when you weren't here, Ray, and I had to take the time machine.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to this page that you always go to, RJ City page or whatever. Yeah. And then it said something about Lance Storm, and they had the complete wrong year for his WCW titles, and we were like, "What was that real?"
So when did this happen? Then can we figure this out? This is
and I assume they meant to put a 9, and they accidentally typed an 8.
Well, that's
what's the next year in line?
1983. Well, let's see what.
Okay, so they made the typo, then they put it in the wrong order instead of. Okay, all right, I got it.
Well, this makes sense because what you're saying makes sense because what happened following this in 1983, it says in the main event of New Japan Pro Wrestling, the weekly show in Tokyo, Antonio Inoki defeated Jesse Ventura.
Right. So, well, I say right as if I knew that. I never knew that. That's great. But
yeah,
even after that happened, Great Muta had still not debuted because apparently his debut was October 5th, 1984. So
this probably happened 1990, and you're right.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right, Professor?
Well, he had the DeLorean. He went back, won the title in 1980, then took the title with him to 1990, and then lost it. It works. It happens.
This is some fucking weird Tommy Wonder Mandela effect gimmick going on here. Hey, where's Tommy, by the way? He's supposed to come on now, right?
The truck stalled. That's all I know. He wanted to come, but the truck stalled. What are you going to want him to do? He can't leave the truck.
AAA?
Well, I guess
call AAA.
I mean, do you guys remember this match between Arn Anderson and the Great Muta? Anyone?
I remember it. Yeah.
What happened?
Very vividly.
Yeah, what did you think?
Where Arn Anderson won cleanly against Great Muta, and then people were a little bit shocked about it because that was his undefeated streak. Arn Anderson snapped the undefeated streak first.
Was he a babyface at the time?
That was the babyface Horseman for a couple of weeks before they betrayed Sting.
Oh, you did the show on that a few weeks ago, didn't you?
Yeah, we talked about it, expounded on that.
Professor, you were there. I'm sorry, Vet was there live. You were there in games. No, you weren't. No. Okay.
Absolutely not. No. I didn't even watch it taped. I didn't
selling
see
popcorn?
this.
You was not selling the popcorn and
No, I wasn't doing the side reporting, the side stage reporting.
Just so you know, the side stage reporting are the vendors, the people selling the popcorn and the hot dogs and stuff. So those are the side stage reporting. Vet, I'm going to ask you, man, when you think of the NWA World TV title, do you see it as the Tully Blanchard title or the Arn Anderson title?
Just the Arn, just because I didn't grow up on NWA, so I kind of associate a little bit more with Arn after, because Tully Blanchard was a brain buster when I was watching. So
okay, all right, well, you're wrong. So
that's fine.
You're wrong.
I already won. For all the Hami nights, I already won this debate with me and TW. We did the debate about Arn and Tully, greatest television champion ever. You could go into the archives of the Hami Media Group and just see that debate show.
Speaking of the PW reflection of the PWR show, this week, what are we talking about this week, Professor, on the PWR wrestling show?
Well, I have a rule for old school stuff. It has to be 10 years and above. That's the criteria that I do as old school. Sometimes people might construe that. They might say 20, but I say 10 years. So we're going to go back. Yeah. Sorry. We're going to go back to 2015, guys, and we're going to talk about NXT TakeOver BK1. So Brooklyn won. And I was there. And that side stage reporting.
Wait.
I was there.
Wasn't I supposed? I think I was supposed to go to that one, right? Was that in the box? I think I couldn't take off. Damn it! I couldn't take off of work that night.
Yeah, PW also was there in the suites watching that show.
Back when NXT was good.
NXT was great.
That's why I picked that show.
Yeah, I went to one with Billy Ray Valentine at MSG, and we saw Kevin Owens, we saw Asuka when she just came there, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Roode was doing the glorious shit. Like it was, wow, it was incredible. Anyway, yeah, all right, so let's fast forward 2003, folks. Nothing happened in professional wrestling for quite a few decades.
Sure wasn't 2013.
Oh, God, we're gonna find out, aren't we? It says WWE SmackDown was held in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and featured one of the most memorable weddings in history. Now I'm gonna stop there. Can you guys remember what this wedding might have been?
In 2003?
2003.
Yeah.
The closest I can think of a wedding in that time period would have probably been Kane and Lita, but I think I'm dating myself.
You're off. What about you, Bat? Any thoughts here?
Oh, it seems a little early, but was that the Billy and Chuck?
No. This was the wedding between Al Wilson, the father of Tori Wilson, and Dawn Marie, who decided to get married in a SmackDown ring.
That was my next guess.
Yes, in just their underwear, apparently. And it says that there was.
Didn't he get a heart attack?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how it ended. Anyway, elsewhere on the show, we had John Cena who pinned Rikishi, and Brock Lesnar destroyed Matt Hardy in the main event. Okay. Let's fast forward 3 more years because nothing else happened in professional wrestling. In East Rutherford, New Jersey, not too far from Bombay, New Jersey, where the professor lives, WWE Raw was held in the and the main event is the first blood match between Kurt Angle and John Cena. Now, after the referee is knocked down, Angle connects with a chair shot to Cena's head, busting him wide open. With the referee still down, Angle goes for the FU, which was called back before it was called the whatever he calls it now. But it was reversed by Cena into an STFU. Is that what it's called? Shut the fuck up. Submission. Anyway, Angle starts to tap, and the official is dragged out. I don't fucking know what. Anyway, these guys beat each other up. What do you think? Anyone? Great feud.
I think this wasn't this probably where Kurt Angle and his brother was doing that twin stuff. So that's why
around that time. Kurt won this match, by the way.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And of course, this is the evolution of John Cena, basic thugonomics, and then you're seeing the untapped potential in John Cena. So can he hold his own against an established wrestler like Kurt Angle, who's already was a main event level at 2003 purposes, guys? So it is what it is right there. So it was a litmus test for John Cena.
Well, Vet was there live also in New Jersey. Vet, your thoughts on this incredible feud between these two legends of the ring?
I'm sorry, who?
All right, so let's move on. Let's go to 2016, ladies and gentlemen. And hey, we're going to talk some OVW in Louisville, Kentucky. Ryan Howe defeats Rob Conway in the main event of OVW Ohio Valley Wrestling's weekly show to become the two-time Ohio Valley Wrestling heavyweight champion. Howe had lost the belt to Conway less than 4 weeks earlier. So I don't remember Ryan Howe, Vet. Do you have any idea of who this person is and any background on Rob Conway? Your interactions with the great Rob Conway, Vet.
None.
Shit.
Wait. Maybe. I don't know, because he had already been called up before I got there, and then he may have gotten sent back down at some point, and I may have shook his hand or something like that. But
sorry, that wasn't supposed to happen. I apologize. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. So well, apparently,
I have side stage reporting on this one too. Do you see the writing credit of "Just Look at Me, Guys"? That music that has a writing credit on that. I'm just saying. I got some side
does he?
Yes, he does.
Just look at me.
This is the most underrated theme song in professional wrestling history. Look at me. Do you not agree?
Yeah, I do not agree. That's trash.
Here comes Vet's part, Ray. This is what he wrote. This is right there. It's coming. There, right there. That's his. That's Vet's. Right there.
That's me, I guess. Yeah.
Did you guys not think, like, when I first saw Rob Conway coming as this whole gimmick, Schnabitz, I thought it was gonna work. I mean, Vet shaking his head like this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life.
No. Nothing
worked. You know what it is, Ray? I don't want to keep going on with the news and stuff like this, but it just shows you the evolution of the fandom here, because again, you look at this kind of gimmick that's happening for Rob Conway. It's a hokey gimmick. It's supposed to be entertaining, but then you talk about 2016, but the Rob Conway gimmick was like 2005, and then people are starting to watch TNA, people starting to watch the Ring of Honor stuff, people are starting to get away from that, and they just want to go back into the pro wrestling part. So these hokey gimmicks, and just like people in the chat would talk about Billy and Chuck and the wedding stuff, it's stupid gimmicks like that made us turn away and just say, just stick to the wrestling. Rob Conway had so much potential as being a pro wrestler, but then when you put that entertainment gimmick, people just started just saying, nah, this ain't for me right there.
Just look at him.
And furthermore, these guys were all going to be sabotaged because of the disdain for Jim Cornette, Louisville, everything they were doing. Yeah, they had it as a developmental, and that was great. But then there was these, everybody after that initial 2002 crop, like those were all the guys, the Rob Conways, the Rene Duprees, and they even end up with La Resistance together. How did that happen? How does the French sympathizer Rob Conway, these were guys that Vince McMahon took delight in burying on national television. So there was no way that he had that gimmick, that theme song, and thought any money was going to get drawn. He told Jim Johnson, just make fun of Randy Newman, and that's the song. It's just not gonna. It was never going to sell one ticket ever.
Well, that's a shame. But what wasn't a shame was and Vet, I don't know if you guys were a fan of PWG back in 2016. But they held an event called Lemmy, a tribute to Motorhead's frontman who passed away. And on this card, let's just run down the card real quick. Anything shoots out to you guys? We had Brian Cage defeating Chris Dickinson. I don't know who that is, but we know who Brian Cage is. Timothy Thatcher defeated Drew Gulak. That must have been a good match, right? No. Sammy Callahan, the Vet's very favorite wrestler of all time, defeated Trevor Lee to the moon. No? All right. Anyway. Drew Galloway defeated Jack Evans. This is a pretty damn good card. Adam Cole defeated Mike Bailey. No? Zack Sabre Jr. defeated Akira Tozawa. And
the fat Akira Tozawa or the skinny Akira Tozawa? Because there's two fat.
2016, he's still pretty fat. And finally, in the main event, we had Roderick Strong retaining the PWG Championship versus the great, another one of the vet's favorite wrestlers of all time, Chris Hero.
The fat Chris Hero or the skinny Chris?
He was pretty skinny at this time, I think. Am I right, guys? No, that Professor?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was a little chunky, but it was okay.
Well, finally, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last entry, and we're gonna have to say goodbye to the Professor very shortly. So just take this all in.
I gotta take the keys back, Ray. You gotta give me the keys back to the.
You gotta get it. Listen, hold on. You gotta slow down your roll, brother. You have to make sure we get back to our time. Is that cool?
Cool.
All right, just making sure. But neither here nor there. All Japan Pro Wrestling in 2019, AJPW, held their annual New Year's War event in Tokyo, Japan, in a 6-man tag team match. Notable because the average age of the wrestlers taking part were 48 years old. I'm going to read some of these names here. I don't know half of them, so I'm going to try my best. Here we go. Manasubu Fuchi. That Masananubu. Okay.
You didn't say it wrong. I don't know who that is.
Okay. How about Asanamu Nishimura? Shit. Okay, let's try.
Hell of a wrestler.
Yeah. Tell us more.
That's all I can say. Hell of a wrestler.
Oh shit. All right.
Good little hand.
Tajiri.
The Tajiri? Yes.
Tajiri.
I know him. I know the Tajiri.
Okay, you know
Yoshihiro Tajiri.
Okay. Let me see. What else we got here? They beat Jun Akiyama.
Yeah.
You know him?
Yeah.
Or her. Katato Suzuki.
No. Is that the cousin of Minoru Suzuki?
Close. And Atuchi Mayoyama. No. When Tajiri gets rolled up. Okay. Notable birthdays. The Golden Greek Jim Lundas was born in 1897. We all know him. And Kaz Hayashi. You know who that is? Kaz Hayashi.
That was one of the young dragons, right?
It's one of the young dragons. Yes, sure. Why not?
You don't remember the young in WCW, those guys. Like Jamie Noble, Kaz Hayashi, and Jimmy Wang Yang?
No.
That wasn't them? Okay.
Who knows?
Professor?
That was
back me up.
I was gonna do the greatest rivalries between 3 Count and the Young Dragons, but I voted on
I
that
see.
one.
I see. Well,
save it. Just didn't mesh on that. Yeah,
save it.
Save it.
Yeah, it's good to have in the pocket, in case something falls through.
Yes.
Well, folks, it is time to say goodbye. I don't want to say goodbye because now the fact that we are saying goodbye means that we're going to have to review NXT. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let us say goodbye to our brother from another mother. The vet is not taking this well. I'm just going to put that out there. He doesn't usually show any emotion.
It's only my love for the Professor. When you say, when you hear the phrase, if you love something, let it go. I have to let him go for his own good.
We don't have
That's
to.
real love.
We could literally just put up pictures of what he did last summer, and he'd have to stay.
You went on my OnlyFans? No, you don't show those pictures.
I believe that is paid content, and we should not disrespect the sanctity of the agreements that are signed forthwith with OnlyFans Incorporated and all of their associated partners.
All I'm just saying is, if you want to keep this channel alive on YouTube, do not show it.
That's right.
Professor, why don't you put over and pontificate your social media, what you're doing next, put over Tommy and the boys, and let's get out of here before we jump into NXT.
Find me on the X at PWSOPRF. That's PWSOPROF. And find me every weekend on the Hami Media Group at podbeam.com, where I host the most nostalgic podcast out there, the PWR podcast with myself and the Tommy Wonder. And this coming weekend, we will be talking about NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 1 from 2015 at the Barclays Center, where I was. And I had to do that show. We have to go back and talk about the glory days of Black and Gold.
Yeah, man. So Professor, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to have you, brother. Maybe one day we'll have Tommy Wonder on. Who
Change the day. Change the day. That's all I have to say.
Well, we did change the day. This is Thursday. By the way, next week we'll be back on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But Vet, on behalf of the Vet, I guess I would say I'm not a vet. He could tell you himself, but we both love you. We appreciate you, brother, and you're one of the very few people we actually like here. So
thank you, effervescent one.
Thank you guys. Love you guys. Love you. How many nights on the chats? Thank you very much. I'll see y'all.
And he is out of here, ladies and gentlemen. And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us. I know that. To jump into some NXT. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. I like it. Oh, wait. I'll do it here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is NXT. It is the last NXT of possibly one of the worst years in the history of this planet. 2024. Vet, we jump into this head first with some stuff.
Yeah.
With the match that was already disavowed as soon as it started.
Yeah. But not for the reasons that I would usually.
Oh.
Those came later.
No kendo sticks. Wait.
I mean, yes.
Oh,
well,
God.
if you bring if that's part of your gimmick, I can't necessarily disavow it yet. But
Lord, take us. Huh? Take us into your arms, Lord. All right, go.
All right. We're starting out hot, kind of, with Kelani and Cora, right? They got to settle their business. They have a match. It could be generously described as there. And then at the end, Cora jumps up and Lola goes over there and starts arguing with her. Kelani bumps her into Cora, then gets her with this whack bridge pin thing that anybody could have just slightly moved their shoulders to get out of. So Lola just had to pretend that she couldn't get out. And then Cora comes in with the kendo stick and starts whacking people. And then Stephanie comes out, thankfully, so gives us something nice.
Look at.
Yeah, she comes out, makes a save, or tries to make the save. And then, Lola goes to back fist Cora, but she ducks, the back fist hits Stephanie.
She does.
And then Lola Vice goes into full telenovela mode on her knees, like, "Oh, Dios mío, lo siento, ¿por qué? ¿Por qué?" Ay. Yeah, so that happened, and then that's how it goes. That's how we go to. That's how we go to the next segment. They're like, "Get the camera off this ham."
Shit. Yo, what's up, Hammer? Hammer's in the chat. Oh my God, on fucking high. That is exactly what I fucking thought, bro. It was so god darn cheesy, man. Oh. Zane Vicious says, Telemundo excitement. I am a Latina.
There was a show on Telemundo called Muñeca Brava.
What?
It had... I never watched the show. I only saw ads for it, like commercials.
Was it awesome?
It had, apparently, based on the commercials, it had the hottest women I'd ever seen at that time. I was like, what? But I never watched
Brava?
it. Mm-hmm.
Never heard of
What
it.
is Muñeca? It's doll, right? Isn't that what it means? Something like that.
It's, what do you call it? It's a hot doll. Yeah. Oh, no, tough doll. Tough doll.
Tough doll?
Tough doll. Yeah. Muñeca Brava. Yeah. Tough doll. I'll tell you what, Vet. Speaking of that, we actually have it right here. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The intro to Muñeca Brava. And I don't care if we get struck on this.
I hope my memory is...
This is Muñeca Brava.
Damn, it's so 360p. I don't know if we can see how hot these women are.
Look at her on the floor as she cleans the floor with her body. Okay, I'm going to lower this because I have a feeling this song is going to get us struck. She's very beautiful, Vet.
This is an intro for the show. I never saw this.
Oh, you never saw?
I only saw the TV commercial.
Oh, I got you. All right, well that's fair enough. But just so you know, if you guys can do your research, that's the La Muñeca Brava, and she is both doll and tough. Apparently,
Cam says, "Why the fuck do I remember this?" Well,
do you guys remember Betty La Fea, which became Ugly Betty here in the United States?
Oh, did they do an American remake type deal? Like, Office?
Yeah. Betty La Fea was a huge. My parents they bought a machine to make sure the VCR taped correctly the time slot, so that when they came back from church at night, they would watch that show. They did not miss a damn episode of that damn thing. Betty La Fea. You guys remember this? Anyway.
All right.
Anyway, both those shows are better than this NXT. Go.
Yes, definitely, 100%. Well, anyway, we cut away from one telenovela and we get ready to start giving awards. And the first award is for Match of the Year. The winner is Obafemi versus Josh Briggs versus Dijak.
Ha! I don't disagree.
And yeah, it was that one match they had. And Josh Briggs accepts in his house, I guess.
Sure, or hotel.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike? Mike Martin's in the house. Did you agree? That was pretty much a damn good match. No, you don't care.
No, I don't. But I forget what the other nominees were, so I necessarily can't disagree.
I don't remember either.
I didn't write them down. I wasn't going to do that much work. I will tell you guys this right off the not right off the top, because we've already done part of the show, but because of the delay, we have the 1 day delay here, and so now we're doing this on a Thursday and stuff. So I didn't have the time crunch I normally do, so I could leisurely set aside some time to watch NXT and, really kind of take it all in. And as the show is going on, you can probably guess that I did not do that. And it ended up being much the same as it would if I were to try to condense it down into 1 hour, except I just let it play out slowly over the 2 hours and still ignored most of it in my house, in the comfort of my own home, doing other things that I would rather do. And then just absorbing the program through my skin is basically how it happened.
Well, fun fact, Vet. I was supposed to watch this last night, and I was still really hungover from the previous night. I drank a lot of red wine. Red wine does it to me, and I mixed that with a couple of shots of vodka, which wasn't too key. Anyway, with that being said, I ended up getting home somewhere around 4 a.m. for New Year's Eve, whatever. And the only thing I remember is my wife cooking me an egg sandwich so I wouldn't throw up, which I ate last. Anyway, with that being said, I didn't watch NXT last night. I woke up early this morning and watched it. So I just came fresh off of watching this show. And whether I watched it, because I fell asleep. Whether I watched it last night,
and then after watching the show, your wife had to make you an egg sandwich. So that
she made me two eggs. She made me 2 egg sandwiches with cheese this morning. Oh my God, my wife is the best. I swear, bro. She's a fucking saint. But with that being said, whether I watched it the other night or whether I watched it this morning, this show was the shits. Just throwing it out there. Well,
we're running out of good stuff. I guess the next thing would be considered good because it's a progressive insurance. I don't use them, but they do agree with me on one thing, which is look at her. Because this was the Julia. This was the Julia sort of vignette subtitle promo thing. So,
do you think that Rob Conway song would work with her? Just look at me, ain't I a sight to see?
Absolutely not.
Mike Roche, what's up, Mike? Long time no see, brother. Jumping in the chat.
We're giving more awards. Oh. Next award is Moment of the Year.
Oh,
the winner, and accepting on his own behalf, Joe Hendry.
I'm going to give you a quick little thought process on this little thing. Did you notice that when Joe Hendry says anytime, any show, any place, or whatever the fuck he says, immediately it jumped to the Netflix on Raw thing?
So you're supposing that perhaps we could get another unadvertised surprise.
I think Joe Hendry's popping up on Raw, dude, this week.
Okay.
And I think they will pop huge for him. So just throwing it out there. If Joe Hendry pops up on Raw, well, there you have it.
Okay. Well, this will not make moment of any year. It is Sarah Schreiber interviewing Cedric the Alexander. It's going terribly, and then it gets worse because here comes Ethan Page, and then Cedric punches him, and they start fighting.
Good punch.
The punch was good. I'll give him that.
Very good punch.
Good punch. I think he slapped his leg. That's probably why it sounded.
But no, the way it looked, like he came right across watch it. If you guys didn't watch it, it was a solid right hook, beautifully done. That's the best thing he's ever done in wrestling. I'm sorry to tell you that.
Yes, you're right. I'm gonna go ahead and agree. So they're fighting in the back, and the camera's like following them, so it's getting kind of so it's all right. And then they fight to the ring, and then we come back from the break, and they're still punching each other, but now the match has officially started, and they're still boxing.
Why not?
But it only takes a few seconds before Cedric is chopping and leg slapping, boy, because he can't help himself. They could have done a thing where they just had a rugged fight and didn't actually do any wrestling moves or hit the ropes and stuff, and it could have gotten uncomfortable, but instead they decided to go full phony match, and after finally Ego hits a big boot and a weird twist of fate for some reason.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. That ain't his move. And then he continues the beating, and then he takes Cedric outside. Huh?
I'm sorry. Well, no, because I thought let me just all right. So the reason I thought that he hit that twist of fate was to hurt the jaw just like he did to the other kid, but he didn't attack the jaw after that. And what happened? I'm sorry.
Yeah, he dragged him outside and grabbed a toolbox, and with all the things you could do with a toolbox or what's in it, what he chose to do was to put the guy's fingers partly in the lid of the toolbox and slam it down like that. That was the most. He treated it like he had just he treated it like he just executed the man. And
well,
and the man had hurt fingers, and he's screaming, ah!
That was pretty bad. Pretty bad, man. Yeah, I mean, it looked cool, I guess.
Not really.
No, okay. Sorry. I apologize.
Then backstage, we have In the Mud arguing with Honk and Honk. And then Sean Spears comes in and says something. And then Wes Lee comes in and says something. And apparently Sean Spears is not going to team with the other guys. I don't know if he ever was, but there's a 6-man tonight, and the Honks need a third man.
The Honks.
To face Wes Lee and his new friends In the Mud.
Sure. I guess they liked what he said more than the other guys.
Yes. Here we get a full entrance from the Dark Dollhouse.
Bro, this is the shits. Shitsy is the shits. And we'll talk about Shitsy's almost killing herself, but go ahead.
Well, here we go. It's K-Sounds versus Meta 2 versus the Dolls. My one note for this match is K-Sounds are still the GOATs. Fair enough. Still the best all time. And then, the only thing anybody really wants to talk about this, well, let's go to the finish first, then let's go backwards.
Sure, brother.
The finish is Fatal Influence gets the revenge, the poetic justice on Gigi because she goes up to the second rope to do something, and then they push her off. Mm-hmm. And then she gets a pump kick from Lash into a wheelbarrow cutter from the Meta Girls. And then the Unholy Union shows up on the Tron to taunt the Meta Girls. So weird heel versus heel dynamic here for no particular reason. Now let's get back to the main point of this match. The only thing anybody's going to talk about from this match was Shotzi eating shit on that dive to the...
so bad.
Yeah.
And the ropes were being held open for her.
That's exactly why she hit, because fucking you can't. I watched it again, and she caught her legs on
The
Gigi
butt?
Dolin.
Yes. Gigi wasn't wide enough. Did you notice that? Her legs
She wasn't
weren't
wide enough. It wasn't there's no point in doing that. You know, Shotzi has a hard enough time doing things when the conditions are correct, but when they're not. And I was watching her the rest of the match, and she'd just come off a long injury, and she was okay in there. But then that happened, and it's like, of course it happens. Of course you have to do that. You have to do that spot, and you had to, not only did you have to do the dive, but you had to do it in a way that almost guaranteed that you were going to fuck it up, because you don't practice doing those kind of things. So you're going to catch your legs on that. Anyways.
So real quick, for those that didn't watch it, man, basically she did a suicide dive from the inside of the ring, and you had this girl holding the ropes open. Her legs weren't wide enough. Shotzi, you could see her leg hitting Gigi Dolin, and then she just dived straight down onto her head. Now, as I reviewed it, somehow she was able to tuck her head in a way where she rolled, and she ended up landing kind of on her shoulder and rolling through that. An inch or two any other way, God, thank you, Lord, she wasn't paralyzed. I'm serious. Even the announcers, fucking Vic Joseph, was like, "Oh God,
yeah."
You heard him,
because it looks so bad, and you assume the worst.
But she got right up, thank God. And listen,
she's fine, finished the match, whatever. But
as much as I think Shotzi is possibly the worst women's wrestler in history, and I don't like her, and I never have liked her, I don't ever want anything to happen bad to any one of these girls or guys in the ring. So I'm very happy and very thankful that she's okay. Don't do it again. Don't fucking do it again.
You could even see, because there was a point in the match where Shotzi has a spot that she would do where somebody was, like when somebody's hung up on the ropes, like for a 619, and she does this spot where she comes in and does like a cannonball, and she kind of like, I don't know how to describe it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, she just flips backwards.
Yeah.
But this time she did it like sideways, like a safer version of it. So it's like she was, it seemed like she was,
learning,
taking it more carefully. But yeah, that was
just bad, dude. Just be careful, girls. Like, seriously. Well, not girls, Shotzi.
Yeah. Well, this happens more often than you would probably think, because you don't watch every wrestling show, but I see people fuck this dive up, whether people are holding the ropes open or not. It's just, it's you really have to commit to it, because there's certain guys that can really hit it. Like Leo Rush comes to mind, because he flies through those ropes, hits you with his head. Like, he really does try to spear you when he goes through those ropes and stuff like that. But a lot of the girls don't get the speed that they need for it. They don't get the jump. And even Shotzi's like a little bit taller than average, so her feet are more likely to hook on those ropes if she doesn't get them all the way through. Then you got Gigi Dolin sandbagging on the assist. Like, all right.
Perfect example, Mercedes Moné. She stopped doing it. She doesn't do it no more, right? She doesn't. The last time she did it, she scorpioned herself. And she did it. She scorpioned herself, and that's when she lands on the front of her face and her knees, her fucking feet touch the back of her head. That happened like, I think 3 or 4 times on live TV, and then I think she stopped. I don't know if she does it anymore. I don't watch any of her matches, but stop it, dude. I don't know.
Yeah. Also, everybody does it, so maybe maybe do things that nobody does, and then you'll stand out more.
Okay.
Speaking of stuff that nobody should do, here's Kelani Jordan doing a little promo as Lola's trying to console Stephanie all the way backstage, and then Kalani's like, "See, this is what you get. You told me what to do.
You told me calmate.
Yeah, calmate." And then Stephanie's like, "Bitch," and then she like goes to grab her, and then they all start arguing. And then the camera just zooms past them, because that's not interesting. Also, that's the stage direction. You have to move past that and go to the background where Cora's watching with a smug look on her face. And then Ava's like, what are you smiling about? She's like, I'm just enjoying the drama.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ava's like, why don't you enjoy this fatal 4-way match that you're going to have with these 3 women?
That's right.
Yeah. Mic drop.
Boy, Cora is... She should have stayed with Braun Breaker. That's all I have to say.
Well, we're gonna stay with Ava because she's up next. Also, we go from this
cool.
Ava to this Ava. She's with Junior and the Regals. She decides that that Heritage Cup match decision was bullshit.
Well,
which
okay.
Not only did we talk about why. We talked about how it's a dangerous precedent to do things like, make referee decisions on stuff they don't see because then you got to do it every time. Well, now they're doing a thing where they're having the GM reverse a decision. So that means that anytime somebody doesn't win a match the right way, now you got to have Ava reverse the decision, don't you? Motherfucker.
My only problem is, why would you take the cup from this kid and then give it back? Shouldn't she just hold on to the cup?
Yes, because first what happens is she says, we're going to have a rematch and it's going to be a sudden death. So it's a 1 fall Heritage Cup. So what? A normal match?
A normal match.
It's a normal match. And then William Regal's like, I'm out. I have nothing to do with this. Goodbye.
For now.
And then she takes the cup. She's like, Brian, I'm going to need that cup back. And he's like, oh, but I just won it. She's like, Brian.
I did everything right.
I did everything right. Sure you did, honey. Here you go. Here you go, Charlie. And
Brother.
then Brian Jr.'s sad. He's very sad now.
So sad.
Sad.
So sad. Sorry. Just
Tag Team of the Year. Who do you think it is? I mean, even if you didn't see any nominees, you have an easy pick for K-Sounds. Oh yeah. You know what? You're right. Except not this year. That was last year.
Oh.
This year it's Frasium. So congratulations.
Should be Hank and Tank.
Sarah talks to them, and then Out the Mud comes up, and they're like, "Hey man, we're trying to get out the mud, so we're gonna take those titles from you, dog."
I think Frasium is the perfect. Yeah, those guys they were great all year. In every single sense of the word, story, matches, some of their single shit, they were all over the place at NXT. So they should definitely be Tag Team of the Year and the champs. So yeah, all right.
Here's what I don't like.
What?
I think because we talked about Out the Mud and like, oh, look at the money on these guys, right? We said that since the things since they were throwing footballs around in the hood, right? So. Now that they've been completely jobbed out and, made to be relatively trivial and worthless.
Irrelevant.
You also, at the same time, the entire time with Frasium's run, they've been getting progressively like more and more frustrated with each other and then also visibly injured. Like there was that one thing, like they had like masks on their faces and taped up ribs and like all this other stuff, right? So they should have kept that up to the point where they basically look like 2 mummies walking into the ring. And now OTM is just like, they just squash them in 30 seconds. Like it finally caught up with them. That's the story they should tell. Cause I'm afraid that they're going to put the belts on OTM, except they're going to have like a 20-minute match with a bunch of near falls in it. And that shouldn't be the case. We should get heat for OTM because they picked on the bones of the depleted champions. And then it gives Frasium a reason to like continue their story of like, are they or aren't they going to break up type thing.
It's true. You're right. Like literally last week, they were still bandaged up. So what the fuck? Like, you're right. You're 100%. They should have came into that main event tag team match for the titles looking like the fish from the fish guy. You know the fish guy from SpongeBob, the guy with the glass bones that he's always getting hurt.
No, but it sounds correct.
It's fucking hilarious, bro. But yeah, man. So it's funny, man, how somebody who doesn't do this for a living can just make up a storyline that kind of makes sense. So
I mean, I just thought of it right now.
Yep.
That wasn't on my notes. I can upload my notes if you guys want to see. Here's what you see. You see Zarya hanging out on a couch with Saul. Is this how you imagined her from the vignettes with the lightning and stuff?
Absolutely.
Hanging on the couch. Me too. So they're hanging out before her match with Izzi. Izzi Dame, that is. Totally real name. We got to see some WWE IDs in the front row, including Cappuccino Jones.
So tell me about this.
Look at him.
Person.
Well, you see his name is Cappuccino Jones. That's his birth name. He's from Coffeeville, Kansas, Shoot City. And he likes espresso and other coffee-related drinks.
So that's his gimmick. He drinks coffee.
He drinks coffee. He kind of dresses like K Quick. Like he wears the baggy jeans as ring gear, but other than that, you know.
By the way, this is the way Frazium should have came in to the match.
Yes.
You familiar with this guy?
Yes, I've seen that guy. Yes.
That guy's awesome. God rest his soul. Is he alive?
The fish?
Yeah. Who knows?
It's a cartoon, so he's probably
what?
Alive.
Cappuccino Jones.
So Cappuccino Jones. So here you are. Look at him. Okay. So now this match, I wrote. Tell me why I wrote this, Ray.
All right, go.
Yeah. It was nothing but a heartbreak, but I wrote down Funhouse Mirror match. If you need explanation, I guess I can do it. But
yeah, because I'm kind of like,
well, you know, in fighting video game terminology, when you pick the same character, they call that a mirror match, right?
Okay.
But you know how when you go to a funhouse, the mirror makes you look like weird shaped?
Yes.
So this is like Saul going into a funhouse and seeing a weird shaped version of herself.
That's funny. That's very good, Vet. Right. By the way, low key, Ruca is possibly becoming one of the hottest looking chicks in all of professional wrestling. I don't know what the hell happened to her from a year ago. Am I off
her
here?
Face, like, did her face
like,
not used to be that hot for some reason?
It always was. Like, nothing's changed. She hasn't gotten anything done. It's just, I don't know. It's just, maybe I don't know.
Maybe she's just standing next to Izzi Dame. I don't
What is up with Izzi Dame having an epic fucking intro theme?
It's the first time I've ever heard it. Usually she's like already in the ring waiting doing the.
I'm over here waiting for Roman Reigns to walk out and shit. Like, what the fuck? She never even won a match except for tonight.
Well, yeah. After so Zarya comes out. Sean Spears is up in the crow's nest looking on creepily, and Zarya comes out because she has to, and then Izzi pushes Zarya into the moonsault that Saul Ruca's trying to do to her,
allegedly,
and then she's like, "Oh my God, my best friend from the couch. I'm sorry." Basically doing the white version of what Lola was doing earlier, and then she goes back in the ring and gets a sky high.
Oh shit!
From Izzi Dame.
Why would you yell?
1, 2, 3.
Scared me. Yeah, Soul loses. What the fuck?
To Izzi Dame.
To Izzi.
And Sean Spears is pleased, I bet.
I gotta see what's happening here on Soul Ruca's Instagram. Okay, just keep talking.
All right. Well, the Honks are looking for that third partner, and they're appealing to somebody in the classic pro wrestling way of just off camera. There's somebody that they're talking to, and they say, "What do you say? Will you be the guy?" And then, of course, the camera pans over, and we see. Did somebody say?
Do I have that here? Yeah, here it is.
Did somebody say Andre Chase? No, no one said that.
They did.
They did. It's basically exactly Andre Chase, but sad and with his sweatshirt off. So he's got his dress shirt. He's got his dress shirt on, and everything else is the same, but he just doesn't have the sweater covering it. So,
my heart hurt for the guy.
Yeah, he definitely looked very sad and pathetic. Female Wrestler of the Year. there's only one choice for female wrestler of the year because the real female wrestler of the year just got here like a few weeks ago. So it could only be.
I got it right here. I'm pulling it up right now. 3, 2, 1. That's so Ruca. Look at her. No?
I mean,
just look at her. Just, we're looking at her, folks.
comment from juicy.c87. You're an athlete who will bring a lot of joy to. Ray clicked away from it. I couldn't finish reading it.
Wait.
It was sad. Whatever he said.
Hear this right here.
You are an athlete who will give a lot of satisfaction in the world of wrestling. Thumbs up, muscle emoji.
What does that even mean?
It's probably not his first language.
That is, she's quite the looker. I'm stumbling over my words here. Very natural.
Hey,
she's my wrestler of the year. What do you think, Vet?
Well, she can be your wrestler of the year all they want, but the people have voted for Dark Roxy.
Ah, fuck. Are you sure?
I'm sure they voted for her.
Oh, man.
Dark.
Oh.
I mean, in fairness, Sol Ruca's pretty dark. Like, she spends a lot of time in the sun, so
well, I mean,
that He-Man thing going on.
I guess Roxanne. Yeah, Nikita Lyon now. She's done shit, and she's just fat now.
Yeah, so she does a little quick interview with Sarah, putting herself over. Now we have WITM, Wes in the Mud versus Honk You. And they have a match.
Did you say Honk You?
Yes.
By the way, just so you know, these two guys are going to be the first new members of Chase University.
Well,
Hank and Tank.
It's going to be interesting.
We'll see.
We're starting a new university with a frat, I guess.
Bingo.
So at the end of this match, whatever happened in it, Andre Chase makes a big comeback, and then
I knew this would happen. By the way,
yeah, and then Hank is like, "Ooh, me, tag me," and Andre Chase looks at him and then gets sad all of a sudden, and then he walks out.
We don't know what happened.
No,
did you miss?
I missed.
So
it.
he did the thing where he spit and he goes
right. He was going to do the give me a C, yeah.
But he realized, why am I doing this? Chase University is done. So his heart broke right there. Like, oh shit. He came to the realization that Chase University no longer exists when he was like, give me a C. And he just stopped.
But his name is still Chase. He could have at least got a.
Yeah, but it ends with the U.
Yeah, I understand.
What does that spell? Chase U.
Oh, okay.
And then he tagged out and rolled out of the ring.
I guess if you put it that way.
Well, that's what happened.
It still sucked, but
poor guy.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
Well, anyway, he sadly tagged in Hank and left him to get beat with a. It was kind of like a TKO.
Mm-hmm.
I guess would be the only thing I would. It's like a stunner type, a swinging stunner thing. Yeah. All right. Here we see Ashante the Adonis calling Karate Carmen allegedly. And
I had to put this up too late, didn't I? See, look right there. That's the moment that he's like, "Oh wait, Chase U doesn't exist anymore."
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's like, "Oh no, what?"
See, I saw
tag. He tagged. See, yes, he did tag.
Yeah, he did tag. I saw Hank get up and was like asking for the tag. I did see that, and I was like, that seemed like the precise moment where he got sad. I didn't even think about the Chase U thing.
Yeah. I think he's okay. Hopefully, he's okay.
All right. Well, anyway, speaking of, we're beyond this. We're beyond this now. We don't care about him anymore.
I'm just sad
until he shows up again pretty soon. So
sad. Worry
about him then.
Can I be sad? It's okay.
You can be sad. Don't be sad now. Be sad when we bring him back up.
Okay.
Well, you could be sad that Karate Carmen is ghosting Mr. Adonis.
He seems. I think he's falling in love. But just
yeah. He turns down a free Nikita Lyons.
Yeah.
And she's like, I guess you're not a player. And then he's like, I guess I'm not. Is Ashante the Adonis learning lessons about life?
He is. And love.
Wow. On a very special episode of NXT.
On the CW.
Yeah, on the CW. Oh my God.
I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. Is that the way the song is? I don't even know if that's the lyrics. I just made that up.
Maybe. I think no, that's it.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. The D'Angelo family, they save Izzy Dame, their best friend Izzy Dame, from Sean Spears and his creepiness.
He's creepy. Very creepy.
I don't know how else to describe this, but I don't care about any of it. Then we get the male superstar of the year is coming up, but not yet. No. We're just letting you know that it's coming up. And apparently Cale Dixon, whoever this guy is, doesn't watch the product that he's a part of because he doesn't even know that Chase U is dead.
Cale Dixon. He's like, Mr. Chase, when is the next semester?
This fucking guy. The last time I had the misfortune of putting on Level Up, which I guess is canceled now, I saw this guy. And no, he wasn't a champion of anything. And he was just like, I just looked at him. I was like, I think his face is too small for his head. But that's all I took away from it. Nothing else. Yeah. But he didn't know. He had no idea what happened to Chase U, even though it was a big storyline, and a lot of people, even Trick Williams was so concerned with it as the champion.
Is it?
But Cale Dixon couldn't be bothered to pay attention. Yeah,
he does look weird. He's a weird looking guy.
Yeah.
Let me show you guys. I think he's like a tall giraffe. Look at him. Weird looking dude, right? Weird. Wait, hold on. Let me hit the button.
Weird.
That's him. Yeah, you're right. He does have like a weird small head. Who is he proposing to?
Is that Cardi Carmen?
Who is this? Hold on. Who is he proposing to here? Is that Sol Ruca? Why is he not? I don't know who that is.
Oh man.
Oh. I'm sorry, folks. They are very unfortunate looking together. Oh no. They're like weird, like they're not ugly, but
they're like AI.
Yeah, it's like not real.
They look like AI. All right. So anyway,
yeah, wrestling. We're almost done. Folks.
Yeah, Mike Rome is in the ring. He's about to announce the male winner.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets overruled, you might say. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, the pose. Hit the pose.
Hit the pose, folks.
Yeah, he comes out and he's like, it doesn't matter whose name is on this plaque.
I'm sorry. Dude, Obafemi's awesome. Like that promo he cut was great.
Yeah. But then Trick Williams came out and he cut him off.
Yeah. That's not great.
And then Eddie Thorpe ran in and knocked Trick out of the way. And then he takes Oba's male superstar of the year, which I had to go online and confirm after because I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know if he just came in and took it or if he actually won it. But apparently Obafemi is the official male superstar of the year.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I Googled it later.
Oh.
But did they even say on the show like who it was, or he just came in and took it?
Just came in and took it, brother.
I guess it was in like a finders keepers situation, you know.
Losers sweepers.
Yeah, and the losers would be, Eddie Thorpe and Trick and basically all of us for having to watch this. But he came and grabbed the bell. Yeah, pose. He grabbed the bell, smashed it on Oba, and then he grabs the belt and does the deadly belt hold to assert dominance for his people and the land.
Of the rising bell.
And the trees. And the turntables.
It's funny we haven't seen DJ Lingo in the chat for a while. Anyway,
he probably died of sadness watching this.
Well, that this was the last NXT of 2024. We're now in the future, folks. Well, we got New Year's Evil next week. Interesting match card. Let me see something. I'm just curious. That's 2025. Right? You know how much tickets worth? I just said out of curiosity, how much some of these fucking tickets are for this. Do you know they have tickets for like $700?
You're talking about for New Year's Evil now.
Yeah. $700 fucking dollars, Vet.
Does that come with like an autograph signing and a tour and
I don't know, bro,
like the
but
meet and greets and a catered lunch and
Bet I am not.
You get to take the chair home.
You get to take Sol Ruca home for a night.
You get to take Sol Ruca home for $700.
Listen, next week we got 5 big matches. We got Gigi, Dolin, Shotzi, Tatum Paxley versus Fatal Influence for the, with some women's 6-man tag team match. Lexis King against Charlie Dempsey for the Heritage Cup and Sutton Rules gimmick. Cora Jade, Kelani Jordan, Lola Vice, and Stephanie Barker for the #1 contendership of the NXT North American Women's Championship. And what do we got? Roxanne Perez versus Julia for the title. And we got Trick Williams versus Obafemi versus Eddie Thorpe for the world title. So hopefully it'll be a good show next week. I don't know.
I think Julia's going to take it. I think she's going to take that belt.
You think Julia's going to take it? I think they're going to put the belt on Obafemi.
He could do it too. Like we could start a new year with new champs.
If they fucking put it on Eddie Thorpe.
No, come on.
God, Vet.
No, he's there. No, he's there because he's going to be getting beat.
Bro.
So that Trick will say, I never lost my belt.
I don't know, Vet.
Right?
I don't know, bro. I'm like really scared.
You're scared?
I'm scared. Let me show you something here real quick before we get off.
Well, look, wait. Think about it this way.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it this way. What is NXT? What kind of promotion is it?
Developmental.
No.
No.
What kind of we've been saying it now for a while. What is NXT? The #1
indie wrestling.
Come on, chat, help me out. NXT is the #1
women's wrestling organization.
Right. Exactly. Yes. And what better way than the NXT champion to be a bitch like Eddie Thorpe?
Whoa! Man, watch your mouth. Watch your fucking mouth. All right, so I don't know what the hell, Vet. I think some of these tickets went down in price. But $387 for tickets. For 2 tickets. Oh, for 2 tickets.
Hey.
Huh. That's not that bad.
You misrepresented this.
Yeah, I guess I'm. Oh, wait, here it is. This is look at this. $692 each.
That's
$800 each.
Wow.
Each, Vet. Each. $923 each. Row 1. Section C. I guess that's hard cam.
Well, if the ticket prices are this much, that means it's got to be a good show, and we should probably go, right?
No.
Los Angeles. It's a
Bro,
quick 7-hour jaunt for me.
That's insane. You would spend $900 on a fucking developmental brand. Are you shit? Not even WWE. I wouldn't spend that much money.
I'll go see Julia.
Yo, Mike, would you go, Mike?
I wouldn't. I don't like to go.
Todd?
I don't like to go places and do things.
Lab Rat, Elizabeth, Gammy. What if we find out that Gam Wolfers is actually like a secret, like Trillionaire. That'll be cool, right? He's our friend. Can you give me $1 billion?
Yeah, he won't even miss it.
Yeah, can you give Vet $1 billion? We could each have it. Did you know
if you're a trillionaire, you could give away $1 billion 1,000 times?
Check this out. There are 9 billion people on the earth right now alive, allegedly, right? Okay. If Elon Musk gave each person $1 billion, guess how much he would have left?
How much?
Well, he's worth $421 billion. He could literally give each living person $1 billion and have, what's the math there? 400 and what's 421 take away 9?
Oh, it's like what 402
411 whatever it is. Listen, he still have over $400 billion and still be the richest person on earth. That's incredibly insane. If Jeff Bezos gave away $1 billion to each person, he still have well over $220 billion. It's not fair, man. It's not right. I hope there's a special place in hell for people that have that much money. It's just not fair. I don't even know why I'm talking about this.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Let's talk. Look at her. Look at her.
But did you stream yesterday? We pushed everybody to your channel. We asked people. No, you didn't. Oh, sorry, guys.
That wasn't yesterday.
Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday.
Yes, I did.
What'd you stream?
What did I stream?
I don't know.
Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper. Who's that?
Remember that from PS2?
No.
Well, he's like this raccoon thief that you have to pull off a bunch of heists.
Is it fun?
I don't think I'll be playing it again. Anyways, if you want to see me play things, Opinion Haver's the place on Twitch or any social media platform. You know, when Jimmy got his PS5, he wanted to add me as a friend on PlayStation. He had the nerve to ask me what my name was.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. And I
Why
made
would
him
he
feel
do
dumb
that?
for it too, because he's
stupid.
Jimmy T. He's Jimmy T, and but you can find me at Opinion Haver everywhere. That's why I say everywhere, because you don't have to ask questions like what's your username or gamer tag or handle or any of the other things. Yeah,
it's like the same gimmick everywhere. Yeah, check it out.
Same thing. Those things.
True crime. True crime.
Yeah. Yeah, that anthropomorphic raccoon that's robbing people, that's based on a true story. So, Opinion Have everywhere. HMG is Impact Attack with Brandon every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Cover TNA. Every Sunday, it's The Wreckage with Jimmy T, who doesn't know my PlayStation name, but he does now. And we talk about an entire week of AEW and do a run through. No more Rampage, so we'll be able to speed through it just that much quicker.
Like Mike Bailey.
Mike Speedball Mike Bailey. We'll show you who's a speedball. Yeah, that's every Sunday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern. Then you're going to want to check out Wrestling with Rogers every Friday at their concrete time. You're going to want to check out Stevie Richards every Friday at their time that they drop. And you're going to want to hear what Big Ray has to say about where you can find him.
Yeah. So Wrestling with Rogers, we have Stevie Richards Fitness. So not that's the Stevie Richards show. You can find me on social media at Big Ray Hernandez, everywhere. That's about it. I mean, join us next week, guys. I'm interested to see how this Raw pans out, man. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to watch the very first Raw, not on USA Network for the first time in over 31 years, man. So let's tune in, guys. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe it'll suck, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty damn good, man. Can they keep it up? Probably not. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the Pro Wrestling Reflection this week. They will be doing, like the professor was saying, follow him on social media at PWRProf on Twitter. I think I said that right off the top of my head. Tommy Wonder at the Tommy Wonder. And of course, JB. forgot his fucking gimmick. But yeah, man. Thank you guys for joining us this week. We'll be here next week, God willing. And I want you guys to stay safe. And listen, new year, new you, right? Same shit, guys. Same thing. Just be better. Every day is a gift. Thank God for the gift and be better. That's it. Just try to be better. If you can be a little better every single day, it's fine, right, Vet? I mean, you don't have to be perfect. You just a little better, right? Don't you think? I don't know. That's just the way I think. I think you just try to work on what you are. You know, you're not gonna be fucking Mr. Perfect. There's only one Mr. Perfect. He used to put his gum up into the air and just smack it out. And it was so fucking cool. He would throw the towel up in the air and catch it behind his back. And so cool. Bobby the Brain Heenan was a great manager, but he was like, "Don't you touch me, Bobby the Brain Heenan." Bobby the Brain got scared, and then he became a babyface, and then he went to WCW. And I don't know what the hell he wrestled there. And it doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here.
This is the Hustler Rip Rogers. Yeah, it's fucking me. Yeah, and listen to the fucking Hameen Media Group. That's Ben Hameen Media Group from Rip Rogers. Go get him and go fuck yourself.
You said that to the vet a lot.